I am super excited to be making this sleeve today. I drafted this a little while ago, and I'm not 100% sure it's going to be working out the way I want it to. But if it doesn't, I'm excited to redraft it. Hi, I'm Christina, and I love to digitally apparel pattern. And I love creating unique pieces of wearable art. And today, I'm excited to get sewing this sassy sleeve. Let's go. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to print out my pattern and tape it together. So I am cutting off one of the edges and lining up the square boxes and the pattern. Then I'm going to cut out the pattern. I have two very similar patterns. I'm hoping to put one on the right, one on the left, and kind of compare them as we go through this. Now that I have the patterns cut out, I'm going to prep my fabric because it's been in my bag and it's a little wrinkly, and I want it nice and flat for when I'm cutting it out. Then I'm going to lay out my pattern onto my fabric. I'm going to make sure that grain line is lined up. I'm going to pin it to my fabric so that it doesn't move on me when I am cutting it out. So lining up the grain line, pinning it down, and I am ready to cut them out. If you are interested in any of these tools that I'm using, definitely look in the description. I will link them below. Now that I have them cut out, I want to make sure that I have the notches lined up. Since I am going to be only sewing up to a certain height, I just want to make sure that I transfer those notches to the fabric. Now it's time to sew them. I'm sewing on a 1/4 inch seam allowance, so I'm just lining up with the edge of my foot and doing the stitch down. Then I'm lining up that notch of where I want to end my sewing and sewing it down. On to the next sleeve. This is not looking like it's going to be as full as I want it to do, or want it to be, and I kind of suspected that when I was patterning it, and now that I'm really sewing it and putting it together, I know it's definitely not going to be full enough, so we'll see how it looks on the form and probably be redrafting. We'll see. Time to get to the ironing board to get a nice crisp press. So I'm just going to be pressing these seams open. Since I don't have a tiny little sleeve board, I'm only doing the one side and flipping it and giving it a nice press again. And that is it. Let's get these sleeves on the form. And here we go. It did not turn out quite like I wanted, so I only put on one because I'm definitely going to be redrafting it. It needs so much more fullness. So, back to the drafting board. And there we have it. The sleeve didn't quite turn out as full as I would like it. I think if it was a larger scale, it would work out okay. But I'm definitely going to go back to the drawing board and do a little bit more slash and spread, get more of a circle, and we'll see what I end up doing. I might go for the full circle. We're going to play around with that idea. So we're going to let that stew while we keep looking at this funny sleeve. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe so you can see other fun videos on either how to digitally apparel pattern a fun and unique sleeve or how to put it together. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I look forward to seeing you in some of my other videos. Happy patterning!